It's really important that everyone has access to these articles and to the research, regardless of if they come from a huge institution with a lot of good resources and funding, or if they come from a really small place that maybe can't afford all these licenses. I'm a PhD candidate at the University of South Dakota, and I do my dissertation research at Sanford Research in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I'm in a genetics lab, and we study small cell lung cancer, and I'm really interested in tumor heterogeneity. I like to get to the lab really early. I'm a morning person, so I get there early. I spend some time reading papers, reading the news, and kind of getting organized for my day. And then I tend to do a lot of cell culture in the mornings, and then the afternoons is a lot of genetics work, qPCR, molecular cloning, that kind of thing. But mostly it's cell-based and genetics-based work. My favorite activity by far is giving talks. I love to talk, especially about my research, to both scientific and non-scientific audiences. My least favorite activity is probably animal work. I get a little nervous around animals, so it can be tough for me to do a lot of the handling procedures. I did always want to be a scientist since about elementary school age. And kind of the things that I've been interested in have changed and evolved over time, but for the most part, I've always wanted to be a scientist, and I've always wanted to study genetics. I would love to meet Jane Goodall. She's one of the first scientists I was even aware of, and she is a very prominent female scientist that I still look up to a lot. I think the most stressful activity for me is RNA extraction, because just a little bit of contamination of RNAs can totally degrade your sample, and you've wasted a whole lot of time and reagents. I think it's really important to de-stress. I work out every day, and I really like to do cardio to kind of keep me sane a little bit. I also sing and dance in musicals and ballets around town. I think that doing a PhD in general is really difficult, mostly because of the independence that you have to have and the confidence that you have to have that what you're doing is the right thing and it'll all work out in a timely manner. It's really important to find that mentor that works well with you and whose mentorship style really clicks with yours. It's important to care about the research and to be interested in the research, but it's really critical that you have that mentor that you're comfortable going to and asking questions. And in some way, that's more important to your success as a graduate student than your research is. It was effects of silica nanoparticles on endolysosome function in primary cultured neurons. If preprint counts, then it is SOX2 is an oncogenic driver of small cell lung cancer. I believe they are. Open access is critical to disseminating scientific information. It's really important that everyone has access to these articles and to the research, regardless of if they come from a huge institution with a lot of good resources and funding, or if they come from a really small place that maybe can't afford all these licenses. Absolutely. Sometimes you spend even years and a lot of resources working on something that in the end just doesn't work out. And if you're not able to publish that, other researchers might try the same experiments and waste their time and waste their resources. And the cycle just keeps going if nobody is able to document and publish that negative data. I think one thing that I would like to see improved is the funding process, especially here in the United States. It's really, really difficult to get grant funding because those monies are just diminishing every single year, and there's a lot of competition, and there's a lot of good competition. So a lot of times really, really well-written grants don't get funded just because there's so many people vying for so little money. So if I could improve one thing, it would absolutely be to increase funding for research. I think one of the ways we can do that is publishing better methods, publishing methods for things that didn't work so well, and being more accessible to other people in the field. So if you have a question, you can reach out to those researchers that have done it before, and they should be open and honest with you about how to do those studies. As a woman, it's really important that you advocate for yourself. Sometimes you can be the only woman in the room or one of just a couple women in the room, and that can be a really daunting thing. But if you're able to speak up and know when you're right and know when you need to be heard, that can really help with your career and with the respect from your male peers. I am pretty active on Instagram and Twitter. You can follow me at Hannah WOL, or you can follow my research on ResearchGate or PubMed. Don't let the hardships deter you in research. There's a lot of failure and it can really get you down, but it's all worth it in the end.